Hi everyone. Let's talk about situation. Summer ends and your ex is not returning the child back to you. You're the parent who spends the time with your child during the year, and the spouse or ex-spouse or father or mother of your child is in a different state and spends with your child, with your mutual child, the time during the summertime, vacation, holidays. And so, what do? Now the school begins, we're looking at September, and your child is not back. And your ex is saying, well, I'm going to enroll in that state. And you research the school, and it turns out the school is really bad. And the child is 12, 13, says, yeah, I want to stay, let's say, with my dad or with my mom in a different state. Well, first of all, if you don't have a case number in California, then the court does not have ongoing jurisdiction for the purposes of child custody. That means you would need to start a case number. However, if the other parent has no minimum contact to California, let's say the other parent lives in a different state, then there is no point to file custody, divorce, anything in California, because in order for court to make a decision about the other parent, the court has to have jurisdiction over the other parent. And in order for the court to have jurisdiction over the other parent would need to have minimum contact. What is minimum contact? Well, minimum contact would be enough if the other parent came to California and you would have a third party serve them the paperwork. That situation doesn't happen very often. So what else do we got? We have business that the other parent might have, bank account, anything that could connect the other parent to the state of California. It's not enough just to have phone call visitation with the child. That's not enough. So it has to be substantial minimum contact. I created this book to help you understand the divorce process without getting lost or without getting a heart attack. You can buy it on Amazon in all formats, including audio format. Now, what do you do if you don't have minimum contact? Can you file in California? No, you can't, because whatever order you will get, once you serve the other parent, and the other parent will talk to an attorney, they will tell him or her, you can ignore that order because the court doesn't have jurisdiction over you. So if you're in that situation, then the best thing to do is to contact an attorney, family law attorney in that state, to explain to them. The key word is that the home state of the child is in California, which means 6 months, in the last 6 months, the child was living in California, even though the child was visiting to see the other parent during the summertime or holiday. The home state is in California. And now the other parent is refusing to return the child. As a result, this child will lose school placing. And the child is under 14, so the child has no say in the occasion. In California, under 14, the parents decide after 14 the child can state what they like. It doesn't mean the court will follow it, but the court will listen. Now, in this situation where there is no minimum contact, the other parent is not returning the child, you are better off getting a court order in that other state, because it will be enforceable in that state, which means the court order that you will provide to the sheriff will be served on the other parent, and the other parent would have to return the child to you. Now, what if the court has minimum contact? I had a situation where we did have an ongoing divorce, and one spouse took the child and left to Texas. What do you do with that? Well, we got a court order on emergency basis that said the child needs to be returned back to the custodial parent, period. However, the Texas sheriff didn't want to enforce the court order, so we had to register, which took another 21 days, to register the court order in Texas and then enforce it on the other parent. So in other words, To prevent this type of situation, you would want to establish a case. Whether it's legal separation, custody, divorce, whatever, you gotta get a case number. And whenever the other parent is around and visiting or picking up the child, serve them the paperwork so that the court has ongoing jurisdiction over them. Have a handy, ready-to-go attorney in the other state in case the other parent misbehaves so that the court order in California can be registered and enforced right away. So this is how you prevent this type of situation. Hope that was helpful. I will see you in my next video. Bye!